Hello dear students, today we will discuss about set, the sixth chapter of your book. Okay, so first of all you have to learn what is the meaning of set, what is the definition of set, that you have to learn first. Okay, so set, okay, we define set as the collection of well defined and distinct objects. Okay, so two main points are there: well defined and distinct. Okay, so the collection of objects, okay, that should be well defined. Maybe the height of the student of class 8, okay, this is well defined object. Okay, so collection of the heights of the students of class 8, that is a set. Okay, and should be distinct. Distinct means no elements, okay, no elements will be repeated. Clear? So that's why it is told that distinct. So a set is a well defined collection of objects, okay, and that should be distinct as well. Okay, so suppose A is a set, and we denote the set, notation of set is curly bracket. Okay, we use curly bracket to represent the sets. Okay, so suppose it is told that height of the students of your class, suppose 5 feet 5 inch, 5 feet 6 inch, 5 feet 7 inch. Okay, so all the students are having either height 5 feet 5 inch, 5 feet 6 inch or 5 feet 7 inch. Okay, so many students are there, but we have written only 3 height, because suppose 5 feet 5 inch height, this height belongs to suppose 15 students, this height 5 feet 6 inch suppose belongs to 20 students. So we will not repeat this one 20 times, because it is told that well defined and distinct. Distinct means they will be different from each other, it will not be repeated, same number will not be repeated inside the set. Okay, that should you have to keep in mind. And well defined, this is defined means what is this? The set is of what? This is the set of height of the students of class 8. So this is well defined as well as distinct. So this is known as the set. So set is the collection of well defined and distinct objects. Okay, and there the elements not should be repeated, that you have to keep in mind, and we use curly bracket to represent the set. Okay, now some operation on sets are there. In previous class also you have learned this about sets and all these things. Elements is the number that is 5.5 feet 5 inch that I took, that was an element. Okay, so this is known as the element. Okay, if there is no element, then we denote the note as set as 5. There is no element, so empty set, this is known as the empty set. So we denote empty set as 5. And universal set means the set which contain all the elements, that is denoted by xi, this letter xi. Okay, that you have to keep in mind. Now some operations on sets are there. So these are the operations. First operation is union of sets. What do you mean by union of sets? Okay, so union of sets. First, union of sets. Suppose A and B, these are two sets. Okay, A and B are these two sets. Okay, so A union B. A union B is the set. Okay, so X such that X belongs to A or X belongs to B. Okay, so A union B. A union B is the collection of objects, or you can say that A union B is representing the set where the element either belongs to A or maybe belongs to B. Okay, or maybe belongs to both also. Okay, so suppose by an example, A is equals to suppose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and B is equals to 3, 5, 7, 9 and 11. Okay. Now if you want to find A union B, A union B means the set which contain the elements which belongs to either A or B. So the sum of all these, the union of these elements means all the elements will be included here, and you have to keep in mind no elements will be repeated. So what we will write? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here 3 is there. So 3 already taken, so we will not repeat. 4 is there, 4 is there. 5 is there, 5 is there. 7. Okay. 7 is here. So you have to write 7 and 9 and 11. See this. All the elements we have taken in this set. So A union B is the set where the element belongs to either A or B. See this. 1 belongs to A. 2 belongs to A. 3 A and B also. Either A or B, maybe both also. Okay. So this is the union. Union means you have to consider all the elements. Okay, without repeating. Clear? So union of two sets is the collection of the elements where all the elements are included of these two sets, where no element will be repeated. Or you can say that in mathematically, you can say that A union B is equals to X, the element, such that X, the element belongs to A or the element belongs to B. So this is the definition of union. Okay. Now some properties of union are there that you have to learn. Okay, so first property, A union phi, that is equals to Y. A is a set, non-empty set, and phi is the empty set. So if you take the union, then it will be equals to A, means the set, because there is no element. So only A, the element of A will be considered, that is the set A again. Okay. 2. A union A, that is equals to the set which taken union with itself, that will give you the same set, that is A, because here the number of elements, the elements are same in this set also. The elements are same because both the sets are A. So their union also will be A, because we can't repeat the element. Okay. Third, A union Xi, that is equals to Xi. Okay. Because Xi is containing the whole element. This is universal set. Okay. So Xi is containing A. Xi is containing A, so their union will be Xi, because all the elements of A belongs to Xi also. That's why the union will be Xi. Okay. And fourth part, A is a subset of A union B. Why? Because A union B is the set of collection of all the elements that belongs to either A or B. So elements of A belongs to A union B, because all the elements of A will belongs to A union B, because A union B is the collection of all the elements that belongs to A and B. Okay. As well as B is subset of A union B also. Okay. Because this is A union B, so all the elements are here. So B is the subset of A union B. Okay. So these are the properties. And okay, next property is A union B is equals to B union A. This is known as commutative property. Means if you take union of A with B, that will be equals to union of B, union B and A. So this is commutative property. Okay, so commutative property of union is true. Sixth one, A union B union C is equals to A union B union See, this is known as associative property. Associative property is telling that if you take union of A with the union of B union C, that will be equals to A union B union C. It means if you take the union of last two, then if you take with union with first one, that will be equals to if you take the union of first two and take union with the last one, that will be equals to each other. So these are the properties of union. Next operation is intersection of set. Intersection of set. Second operation. So second operation is telling that intersection of sets. Suppose A and B, two sets are there. Then A intersection B, this is the intersection sign. A intersection B is the set. Okay. X and X such that X belongs to A and here not or, here and X belongs to B. Means A and B, these are two sets. Then A intersection B is the set where the elements belongs to A and B both. Okay, the elements will belong to the both of the sets, the A and B. So A intersection B, intersection of two sets, is the set where the elements belongs to the two sets. Okay, both the sets, elements belong to both of the sets. That is the intersection of two sets. Okay, by an example, suppose A is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and B is equals to 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. Now A intersection B. A intersection B will be that set where the elements will belong to A as well as B, means the elements will belong to both of these sets. So where here A is belongs to one is belongs to A but not belongs to B, so we can't take this one. One belongs to A but not belongs to B, so we can't take. The element you have to choose which belongs to both of the sets. Okay, now 2 belongs to A only. Okay, not belongs to B. 3 belongs to A as well as B. So we have to take 3 because 3 belonging to both of the sets. Now 4 belongs to A but not belongs to B. 5 belongs to A as well as B. So we have to take 5. Then here 7 belongs to B only, not belongs to A. So this will not be considered. 9 belongs to B, not belongs to A. So this will not be considered. 11 belongs to B but not belongs to A. So this will not be considered. So only the element that belongs to both of the sets. Okay, common element, or you can say common element of these two sets, that will be the intersection. Okay, so intersection of two sets where the set contains the common elements or the elements belongs to the both of the sets. Okay, now some properties of intersections are there. So first property, A intersection phi, that will be what? A is a non-empty set and phi is an empty set. Okay, so if you take the intersection, so common part, what will be the common part? A is non-empty set and phi is empty set. So these two sets, among these two sets, no element is common. So the intersection also it will be phi. Okay, second one, A intersection A. Okay, if you take intersection of a set with itself, then it will give you A, because common part A and A, both sets are same means all the elements are same. So when you will take intersection, all the elements of A that will be common with these sets. Okay, so that's why the intersection is A. Means between these two sets, all the elements will be common because these two sets are same. So intersection also will be equals to A. Third part. In third part, A intersection B that is equals to B intersection A. It means commutative property of intersection is true for sets. Commutative property. This is commutative property. Commutative property. Okay. This is commutative property of sets. A intersection B will be B intersection A. This is telling that the common elements of A and B. Also, this is telling that common elements of B and A. Both are same. Fourth one. A intersection B intersection C is equals to A intersection B intersection C. Okay. It means if you take the intersection of B and C with A, then that will be equals to, if you take the intersection of A and B, then take intersection with C, then both will be equals to each other. Okay. Fifth one. A intersection Xi means the universal set, that will be equals to A. Okay. This is a universal set. So universal set is containing A. So all the elements of A will belong to the universal set. So common part is only the elements of A. Between these two sets, the common part will be A. So the intersection is A. Okay. Now third operation, distributive property. Distributive property. Distributive property. Distributive property. Okay. Distributive property is telling that A union B intersection C. Okay. So A union B intersection C. So this A union will be distributed over B and distributed over C. Okay. So it will be A union B intersection A union C. Okay. So this A union will be distributed over B and also over C. So A union B intersection C is equals to A union B intersection A union C. Okay. And if here intersection is there, so A intersection B union C, that is equals to A intersection B union A intersection C. Okay. So this A intersection will be distributed over B as well as over C. So this is the distributive property of set. Now fourth operation. Okay, fourth. Overlapping sets. Suppose A and B. Okay, A and B, these two sets are said to be overlapping if at least one element will be common between these two sets. Okay, so overlapping sets are said to be two sets where at least one element will be common among these two sets. Okay, it means between A and B there will be at least one element, maybe more than that. Okay, but at least one element will be common. Okay, suppose A equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and B equals to 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. Then these two sets are said to be overlapping because here 3 is here, 3 is here, 5 is here and 5 is here. These two elements are common between these two sets. So that's why we say that A and B, these two sets are overlapping. Okay, overlapping means some part is common between them. At least one element will be common. Here two elements are common, maybe 3, maybe 4, maybe 5. but at least minimum one element will be common between these two sets. Okay. Next is disjoint set. Fifth one, disjoint set. Suppose A and B, two sets are there. Okay, A and B, two sets are said to be disjoint if there is no element common between the two sets. Okay, so disjoint sets, two sets A and B, they are said to be disjoint if there is no element common between these two sets. Okay, so by an example, make it more clear. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and B is a set, suppose 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. See this, between these two sets, no element is common. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and here 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So no element is common between these two sets. So these two sets are said to be disjoint sets. Okay, it means there will be no element in common. Next is difference of two sets. Difference of two sets. Difference of two sets. Suppose A and B. Okay, these two are sets. Then difference of A, B, A minus B, that is the set X such that X belongs to A, but X does not belongs to B. Understood? A minus B. A minus B is that set. Difference of these two sets are saying that X, the element A minus B will be that set where the element will belong to A only, not belongs to B. Okay, so the element that is only belongs to A, not belongs to B, it means the common part will be excluded. Okay, see this, X belongs to A only, not belongs to B. It means it is telling that the common part will be excluded, A minus B. Okay, it means the element that will belong to A only, not belong to B. Means suppose some elements are belongs to A as well as B, means that is the common part, means intersection part. Okay, so that part will be excluded, so only the part will be remaining, that is X belongs to A. So by an example, make it clear. Suppose A equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and B equals to 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. Okay, so A minus B will be that set where the element will belong to A only, not belong to B, means the common part. See this, here A belongs to A only, sorry 1 belongs to A only, so 1 will be there, because the element that belongs to A only, that will be the set. See this, A minus B, the element that belongs to A only, that will be the set A minus B. So 2, that belongs to A only, because 2 is not here in B. So 2. 3 belongs to A as well as B. So that will be excluded. Okay, because it is told that but X doesn't belongs to B. X only will belongs to A. Okay, now next is 4. So 4 belongs to A. So 4 will be here because 4 doesn't belongs to B. 5 belongs to A as well as belongs to B, so that will be excluded. Okay, so the element only belongs to A, that is 1, 2 and 4. Okay, so 1, 2 and 4. So what we have done, the common part, that is 3 and 5, these two are common in B also, that part we have excluded. So only there it is remaining 1, 2 and 4. So this is A minus B, means difference of two sets. So difference of two sets A minus B, that is equals to X, such that the set X, the element X belongs to A only, not belongs to B. So this is difference of two sets. Now next is complement of sets. complement of set. Complement of set. Okay, complement. Suppose A is a set, and complement of set A denoted by this dash, A dash, or A and here small c. Okay, this is the notation of complement, either A dash or A, and in suffix there will be c. Okay, so this is the notation of A complement. A complement, suppose A is a set and xi is the universal set. Okay, so A complement is that set X such that X belongs to xi. Okay, but X doesn't belongs to A. A complement means without the elements of A, all the elements that belongs to xi, that will be considered. Okay, complement of set A means within A the elements that will be excluded, and rest of the elements in the universal set that will be considered. It means A complement is X belongs to xi. X belongs to the universal set except the element belongs to A, means the set A will be excluded. Without the elements of A, all the elements that is belonging to xi, that will be the complement of A. So take an example. Suppose xi is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So this is the universal set, and A is equals to, suppose, 1, 2, 5, 9, 11. Okay, so A complement will be what? A complement means without these elements in A, all the elements that is left in xi, that will be the complement. So 1 is there, so 1 will not be considered. 1, 2, then 3. Okay, so excluding this 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, or 1, 2, 5, 9, 11. Excluding this element, what elements are left? That will be the A complement. So except the elements of A, all the elements that belongs to xi, that will be the complement. So 1 and 2 is in A, so 1, 2 in context, then 3, 4, then 5 is in A, so we can't take 5, then 6, 7, 8, 9 is in A, so we can't take 9, 10, 11 is in A, so we can't take 11, then 12, then 13. So A complement is that set where the elements belongs to xi, means the universal set, or the elements doesn't belongs to A. So except the elements of A, all the elements belongs to xi, that will be the complement of set. Now next, one law is there that you have to learn. De Morgan's law. De Morgan's law. Okay, two laws are there. One, it is told that if A union B complement, that will be equals to A complement intersection B complement. Okay, and second one is A intersection B complement, that is equals to A complement union B complement. Okay, A union B, inside the bracket union is there and its complement is there, whole complement. Okay, so if you remove the bracket, then it will be A complement and union will be changed to intersection and it will be B complement. Okay, and in case of intersection, if A intersection B complement is there, then it will be A complement and intersection will change to union and B complement. These are two laws of De Morgan given by mathematician Morgan. Okay, so these are De Morgan's law. So this is the concept of sets that is in your syllabus. Okay, in next class we will start to solve the problems from the exercise 6.1. Okay, till then read the book very carefully, see the properties, all the properties, see the operations properly. Okay, that will help you to solve the problems. And before the exercise, some examples are there. See that examples very carefully that will help you to understand the topic and it will help you to solve the problems in the knowledge check 6.1. The next class will start that. Thank you.